to shoot, you know.
Oh, okay.
They're scared. They're scared.
You're perfect. We stopped taking money once we go live, so we got 22 seconds.
We got our private messages, so we got this. Do I sound loud on your thing? Just make sure. I got to close my mouth, so that should be pretty good now.
This is Bethel College Volleyball, live on the Bethel Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to Bethel College tonight on the Bethel Sports Network. We have your Bethel College Pilots taking on Lourdes University. I'm going to welcome in my partner now, Josh. Josh, we were here Wednesday night. Bethel, they had a tough match against Taylor. They got swept in 3 sets. At times, they didn't look great. At times, they had a lot of fight in them, some promise. Tonight, a much different test. 21-0, 17th ranked Lourdes University looking to keep their undefeated season going. And Josh, What can the Pilots do tonight to stop this unmovable force that is the undefeated Lourdes University?
Well, no matter what, they're going to have to make sure there's no room for human error. They had a bad game last week. That doesn't define who they are as a team. They have good games. They have bad games. Tonight, we have to play like our best, play better than we even think we are.
Absolutely, and you're looking tonight, Lourdes has never won more than 21 games in a season. They're 21-0 right now. They are bringing in a defender in Michi Jimenez 7 weeks in a row. She is the NAIA Defender of the Week. It's very hard to get hits past her, and that's something the Pilots struggled with the other night at the net, not getting their kills down. That's going to be huge tonight. Try to get it down, try to get it away from her. They've got to get moving. And, Josh, who do you think is going to be the key player for the Pilots to get that going?
I can't determine. I think it's going to come down to either of our middle backs. One of them is going to have to bring the ball up and bring it in the air.
Definitely. And, for me, I got to keep going Sammy Leach. We talk about how good Michi Jimenez is. Sammy Leach has absolutely been the Pilots' most consistent player this season, setting up those outside hitters for those big kills. She's got to get going. The rest of this team has to get going. It's got to be a group effort tonight because, as we've both seen in warm-ups, Lourdes is going to be bringing it. And now we want to send you down to the public address announcer for the opening prayer and the national anthem.
Sweet.
Let's pray. Dear Jesus, thank you so much for the gift of volleyball. Thank you that Lourdes traveled safe here tonight. Yes, for a good, fun, competitive game, and that the players would just stay safe and injury-free. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, let's meet the non-starters for Lourdes University. Number 1, Megan Burr. Number 2, Lauren Harmon. Number 3, Courtney Schroyer. Number 4, Sarah Wisser. Number 5, Karen Henry. Number 9, Sam Divers. Number 14, Karen O'Neill. Number 23, Shannon Fisher. Number 25, Evan Madison. And now for the starters. Number 8, Lexi Curtis. Number 11, Steph Crump. Number 15, Molly Chong. Number
it's certainly the underdogs tonight, but any given Sunday is the term in football, but I think that can go for any sport, and you just got to come out, you got to play with a lot of fire and a lot of intensity, and just believe that you can win the game for the Pilots.
Yeah, Ethan, I don't think the Bethel Pilots may be looking for a win tonight, but I do certainly hope they put everything they have into this game because, like you said, anything can happen. We've seen it from any sport. Anything can happen. You put your best into it, your heart, and you pour it out. You'll come out with a victory. We're a strong team. No matter what, they're a great team. We can do this.
Well, certainly, and you look after the loss to Taylor Wednesday night, they now sit at 4th place in the conference, but still gives them a chance for that home court advantage in the conference tournament. We talked about it all night Wednesday night, and there still will be 3 games left after this game here tonight, and those will be conference matches. So you put up a good effort tonight, you remind yourselves that you are a good team, and you give some momentum moving forward into conference play, and hopefully some home court advantage in that conference tournament. Lourdes will be serving first, and it'll be number 8, Lexi Curtis. And here we go. And right off the bat, a double hit from Sammy Leach, and it is 1-0 Lourdes. You won't see that often from Leach. Big hit from number 24, Stephanie Ruffing.
Yeah, Ethan, I'm pretty sure the fans here and the fans at home are going to be expecting that from Lourdes tonight.
Absolutely. We saw them in warm-ups. They were crushing it out here. Talk about crushing it. Lexi Curtis sends one out the backside of the court, so it is 2-1 Bethel. Sammy Leach on to serve. We saw the other night when she was serving. The Pilots really got on a roll. She's very consistent with her serves, puts them right where the coach wants her to, keeps them in bounds, and keeps the Pilots playing. Big hit, dug out by Kristen Mitchell. Veronica Dabrowski puts it home. Ties it up at 2. See after that point, a lot of the Pilots kind of laughing, having some fun. That's what you want. It seemed like at times they were playing tight against Taylor the other night. Not a lot of communication going on. I think that led to some points they shouldn't have given up that they did. And you absolutely always want to just see teams playing loose and having fun.
Yeah, when they played Taylor, they were definitely discouraged after the first.
Big hit! Sorry to interrupt, but Jocelyn Bollinger with a huge hit to give the Pilots the lead. But as you were saying,
yeah, we play with a good heart and soul tonight. No matter what the outcome is, we just have a great time. We're going to do good.
Right back comes Lourdes with a big hit of their own. Great effort from Remy Swoverland to track that down. And that one they can't get to. It's Ruffing again.
It's good to see right off the bat Bethel playing a lot better than they did Wednesday night.
Absolutely. That was a complete hustle play. Got them to another point. Block there. And they say it wasn't blocked. It was off the net. 4 hits. And the Pilots lead 4-3. Cassie Sears and Erin Carlos checking in for the Pilots. And Erin Carlos will be handling the serving duties. Say it just got the corner. The hit from number 19, Stephanie Richards. Ties it back up at 4. And now Steph Conti on the serve. And a big hit that Erin Carlos just couldn't get to. Tough position for Cassie Sears. She couldn't readjust and keep it in bounds. 2-point lead for Lourdes early in the first set here tonight. Double hit again on the Pilots.
Just like that, 2 human errors that we're doing on our team just fall apart, just like Wednesday night. Hopefully we're going to fix that right here.
Ooh. Peyton Anderson had a great chance, but it was sent right back at her. Not a whole lot you can do about that. That was a great play out of Lourdes. Nice save. Cassie Sears puts one into the net. That's 6 straight points for the Gray Wolves. And Cassie Sears sneaks one into the corner to get the serve back for the Pilots. Really, I think that's what the Pilots have to do tonight, Josh. What I've noticed is just the sheer power that Lourdes is throwing at them. They have to be maybe a little more tactical to find the open zone and try to just overpower them, because I think that's just going to play right into their hands.
Yeah, one thing Lourdes may have over us is the power and the numbers on their team. They can keep putting new hitters in. So if we play smart and we're blocking what comes at us, the tip will be easier.
Dabrowski just wide. So back to an 11-5 game, and Coach Kevin Ulmer wants a timeout. Well, Josh, what have you seen early on?
Well, definitely from the beginning, I can see Coach Ulmer has talked to the girls from the last game and has definitely improved the performance they did. Offensively and defensively, we're playing strong. A little bit of errors in the end right here, but going back in like last week after the timeouts, we started playing better. So hopefully we can grasp a hold of that concept again, and we'll go straight and let's see. Yes.
Yeah, I think right now the talk from Coach Ulmer is going to be that he's got to like the intensity, which they've already improved on from Wednesday night. They're talking. There have been a couple mistakes, but not near as many as the other night. And you also have to remember the level of play has gone up. Not to knock Taylor University, but Lourdes undefeated. 21-0 speaks for itself, and you can see the power on some of these hits. So this team is very good. They are very talented, and for the Pilots to be hanging in point for point, the score doesn't necessarily show that, a 6-point deficit early on, but these points are very close. They're battling on, and they're just maybe one play away. So I definitely think the Pilots have to be happy with the effort right now, keep going back at it, just show improvement. Serving for Lourdes, number 15, Molly Snook. And the set from Leach goes out of bounds over the net. Sears had to make a tough play on that one. Just couldn't keep it in. 13-5 now for Lourdes. Tipped by Dabrowski, but no one could get home after the tip. Be an ace for number 15, Molly Snook. She's been on a bit of a roll here, and the Pilots need to stop it. Get the serve back.
She's clearly seeing the spots on the court right now.
Blocked right back. Nice save by Aaron Carlos. And a point to the Gray Wolves. Now 16-5, and probably not the reaction that Ulmer wanted out of his team out of the timeout.
Well, you usually use a timeout to tell your team what they're messing up on, but it seems like they continue to make the same mistakes and they're repeating the same history that's going on every game. Once again, right there,
gets it right into the net.
Or another error by one of the Bethel Pilots.
Well, at one time in the first set, the Pilots led 4-3. It is now 17-5. Big hit from Cassie Sears, sent back. And that one will get home, another point for Lourdes. And it seems early on tonight, Sammy Leach not playing like herself. A lot of her sets are not where her outside hitters would like it. Now, are you seeing the same thing, or is that something the hitters need to adjust to?
Well, currently I can tell she's not playing as great as she usually does. Usually she can move the ball around the court wherever she stands. But you got to remember that the back rows, when they don't hit it straight to her, it's hard to push it up to your outside hitters. So offensively, defensively, both lacking in the areas. But Sammy Leach is a good player overall, and I believe she's going to come in.
We touched on it in the open. Four-time Crossroads League Saturday League. Her accolades speak for themselves.
Right there, a block and a set.
Cassie Sears. And Leach puts one home. That time she decided not to set it. She was going to take care of business herself. And the Pilots get the point, now 7-18. Block goes out of bounds. Leach does it again.
That's exactly why she is the Crossroads League winner many times.
More times than not, that's where you will see Sammy Leach getting her kills from, is those quick second hits. Just another big hit. It seems every time Lourdes has a chance to put one away, they do, and it is forceful.
Oh yeah, definitely when you have someone as tall of Abe Stout, number 22, 6'4", that could be such an advantage for hitting that ball straight down.
Well, there's Michi Jimenez. First time we've called her name tonight, and it's on a serve into the net. The Pilots block one back. Now a 10-point game, 20-10. And number one, Megan Burr, tried to sneak one past the Pilots and couldn't get it to roll over the net. Stephanie Ruffing putting it away that time. Oh, nice shot. Jocelyn Bolinger.
Yeah, I can tell you, definitely from the Taylor's game and this game tonight, she's been showing herself very strong, very power hitter.
She had a lot of opportunities in that third set, and she got to start here tonight, and she's definitely taken full advantage of it. Good effort from Remy Swoverlin. Senior Dabrowski's going to get one back for the Pilots. Well, we talked about Jocelyn Bowling, just a freshman, and having some opportunities as of late, and that's huge for Coach Kevin Ulmer as you head into postseason play. The Pilots, not really a team that has that one dominant hitter, that one dominant player, so to have as many options as possible as Lourdes gets another point, but to have as many options as possible to put in as a coach, you have to love that. That just shows depth and really a good future for this team. We touched on it the other night. A lot of underclassmen on this team. And there is one of those underclassmen, freshman Peyton Anderson, getting the kill there.
Yeah, you touch on the freshmen on this team. I can only imagine in a couple years the depth this team is going to be, how strong. We may be just like Lourdes out there, 21-0.
Aaron Carlos to serve now for the Pilots. And a big hit from Molly Schnook. Cassie Sears sends one right back, though. Good answer from number 4, Cassie Sears. She's painted those corners a couple times tonight. And Anderson will serve. And that time she couldn't keep it in. That was a very hectic play from the Pilots. 24-15, set point for Lourdes. And it's not over yet. Cassandra Williams sends one home. Down 8, Katie Easter will come on to try to put together some kind of run. Nice serve there, and that's how it starts. 17-24.
Yeah, we've seen in the Taylor game coming back with 10 serves back-to-back.
And that one will put it away. Stephanie Richards decided it was time to move on to the second set. So first set there, 25-17, and I gotta say, I'm impressed because the Pilots absolutely, the way that started, they were at one point up 4-3, and then very suddenly it was 17-5. And to only lose that 25-17, I think Coach Ulmer's got to be happy. They got something to work with heading into this next set.
Oh yeah, he's going to be more than ecstatic about how that game went, especially going forward to the second and third, or possibly all the way to the fifth set tonight. When you go into the conference with this kind of playing right here against a great team like the ranked in the nation, that's good. That's good. We're definitely going to be a strong team when we start playing people on the top of our conference like Iwu and Taylor once again. We won't be losing next time.
Definitely, and I think the big thing after Lourdes put together that magnificent run partway through the first set, the Pilots just decided to stop it. They just kind of put their foot in the ground. They started talking more. They started playing as a team, and we touched on it at one point. They don't have maybe the power that the Grey Wolves have, but they can play smart and they can keep themselves in this game, and I think they did just that. They were finding the open zones. Cassie Sears, painting the back corners a couple times, finding the spots on the floor where Lourdes wasn't, and they got some points out of that, and it gave them a run, and I think gave them some good momentum heading into the second set.
Yeah, offensively, like you said, Cassie Sears, Jocelyn, they're just slamming balls down, which is great. But our defense is stepping up too with our DS, Remy Swoverlin, stepping in. Every time she sees the body goes up for a spike, she's got her body positioned perfectly to bring it back up. Just playing very smart.
Remy Swoverland had probably 2 or 3 just outstanding hustle plays in that first set. And we touched on Sammy Leach, how important she is for this team, really the quarterback of this team. She's always calling the defensive sets and whatnot on the court, but the Pilots go as she goes, and early on, some of her sets weren't necessarily as crisp as normal. She had a couple double hits called on her. When she started getting that ball out quick sets, they went on that run, and really it started, she had those back-to-back second hit quick hits where she got a couple kills, and I think that really sparked the Pilots once she got herself going. Some first set stats for you. We touched on Cassie Sears leading the team in kills with 3. Veronica Dabrowski, Sammy Leach, and Jocelyn Bollinger each with 2. Sammy Leach with 9 assists in that first set. No blocks for the Pilots. I think that's something they gotta get going in the right direction, because we talked about how powerful Lourdes is. You've got to be able to get up and stop that, because if those kills get past the blockers at the front of the net, it's game over. You just can't expect the Pilots to be able to get to the spot with how fast that ball's coming at somebody.
Yeah, we've seen it several times. Erin Carlos having to roll on the ground. That's her job, but sometimes it's easier. She doesn't have to do that. If the blockers can get up there and keep it from going like that.
For Lourdes, we have Abe Stout with 4 kills, Stephanie Richards and Stephanie Ruffing each with 3, and then Molly Schnook with 2. Also, Stephanie Richards with 9 assists, both Abe Stout and Stephanie Ruffing with 5, and Molly Schnook with 6. So the points are spread around for Lourdes. It is absolutely not one player leading this team to how great they are. This is absolutely a team effort for them, as it is for the Pilots, and I think the Pilots can kind of look across the court and see where they want to be, like we talked about, the depth they have. You look down the line, Lourdes is throwing juniors and seniors out there on the court, whereas the Pilots are throwing freshmen and sophomores, and you just kind of hope that flips over for you at some point. And absolutely, the Pilots have shown potential for great play. It's some of the consistency, I think, is where the Pilots may be lacking. As we start here, the second set, again, Lourdes won the first set 25-17. The Pilots will start with the ball, and it is going to be the libero Kristen Mitchell to serve. And it looks like we are ready to get this underway. And right there's a hustle play to start it out by Katie Easter. A big hit, kept in, and Lourdes gets the first point of the set. And right there, the serve goes off of Swoverland out of bounds.
Yeah, Lourdes definitely showing that they are a ranked team with their serves tonight. I don't think they've had really any serve errors. Maybe 1, maybe 2.
And 1 service error, and that's been counteracted by how spot on their serves have been. And there's what we talked about right before the second set. Get some blocks. Jocelyn Bollinger getting tall, sending it back. Ties it up for the Pilots. Excuse me, gets the Pilots on the board, 2-1. Sammy Leach just a little long. Talked about it with Cassie Sears painting the corner. That is what Lourdes did right there. They are up to a quick 4-1 advantage. Swoverland just can't get to it. That was a great play there by Michi Jimenez.
Great play by both teams. They volleyed for a couple times there. That's one of the longest times we've seen them volley this game.
Peyton Anderson just can't get up to it.
It's one of those moments we got to make sure you're timing yourself in that run.
Just clears the net with the serve. Sammy Leach had to get over and save that one. Lourdes University, they did not finish that first set strong, but they have started the second set that way, 7-1. And just kissing the back line for an 8-1 lead. And all of their biggest runs have come from Molly Snook serving.
(9-1), and there's the timeout. I was getting ready to call it.
Kevin Olmery's going to want to talk to his girl right here, Josh. They've gotten off to not the start they wanted to, especially with how they finished that first set. But like I just said, when Molly Snook has been serving, they have been almost unstoppable.
Yeah, Molly Snook, great server for Lourdes. They have great advantage to her team. For Bethel, we got to make sure we're running into that spot. The zones are open on our court as well as theirs are. They're playing smart, so we have to make sure we're playing just as smart. Anticipate where the ball is going to go. It's hard to see when they got their people lined up on their side of the court, but just got to be smart.
Well, we see she has that long run up, and that gives her plenty of time to scout the defense real quick, see where she's going to go with it, and she, every time, just dropping dimes out there with her serve. Got good pace, great position, gets the Pilots out of position, really makes it hard for them to score. Now, I mean, we saw in that last one, she just kind of clipped the net and got over, and really not a whole lot you can do from a Pilot's perspective, but points are points, and right now Lourdes has almost all of them, 9-1 to start the second set, and the serve's going to go right back to Snook. And hopefully the Pilots can come together and get that serve back, get that ball out of her hands, because she's been almost unstoppable.
I don't know if you can see, the fans can see it at home, but Coach Omer definitely drilling Remy Swoverlin over there. Definitely putting some anticipation in where she's going to find that ball.
Tough play for Sammy Leach as that ball over the net. And like you said, Coach Omer getting after Remy Swoverlin. It's just one of those moments as a coach. You have a player that you believe in. There's a reason she's on the court, and it's because she's very good at what she does. She has struggled at times tonight. Clearly, Coach Omer believes in her, and this is kind of a challenge, step-up moment. And a big hit goes off of Sammy Leach.
Yeah, for the first ones, this game is probably one of the best experiences they can do. It's not always great to play teams who are average, just like you. It's great to play someone who's better than you to show how strong and how strong people out there really are.
Nice touch there from Peyton Anderson, just getting it over the top of those Lourdes blockers. And of course, you never want to get beat, you never want to make mistakes, but hopefully, and I would have to say I've seen this from this team, you have the competitive nature that makes you better. Nice play there from the Pilots, very scrappy, just trying to stay alive on that one as they just kept getting it fired back at him. But they get the point. Aaron Carlos will now be serving. Pilots trailing 11-3 here in the second set. Nice serve from Aaron Carlos. And point to Bethel. Long for Lourdes, 5-11 now. And Aaron Carlos, she gets that knuckleball when she serves. That thing does not spin at all in the air, and that's got to be tough to read as a defender.
Yeah, if you watch her serve, she'll go high in there but drop as soon as it gets to the player.
And right
really
there,
awesome serve.
as we said it, a little too hot to handle. for Ave Stout. And we have a tip call saying it went off one of the Bethel blockers, now 6-12, but a nice run there from Aaron Carlos and the Pilots. Big hit from Cassie Sears, dug out. Serving for Lourdes, number 19, Stephanie Richards. There's a lot of black shirts there, but nobody really called for it. Mitchie Jimenez dives in late, can't get the ball up. Serve will go back to Bethel and freshman Peyton Anderson. That will go wide. Nice serve there by Peyton. Backed up Stephanie Richards. And that's right on the line for an ace. And that's something that Stephanie Richards has to be talking to her teammate, because she has no idea where that line is at. And it just drops right in. Big hit. Ends the Pilots' run. A good run there by the Pilots. This game was 9-1. We've gotten back to 9-14. A nice hit. Cassie Sears.
I got to tell you, Ethan, Cassie Sears definitely stepping it up tonight. I think we've called her name more than anyone else on the court, even more than Lourdes.
Led her team in kills in the first set, and she's right back at it here in the second set. Katie Easter on to serve. Sneaks it right over the net. It was hit wide. Pilots have brought this back to a 3-point game. Tipped. And Sammy Leach able to sneak it home.
Yeah, you backed that play up all the way to where Cassandra Williams stood up for the block. Beautiful block. Got it really high in the air like we said would happen. Great job.
It gave Cassie the chance for that quick hit. I'm sorry, Sammy. And that will be a point for Lourdes. Nice serve there from Lexi Curtis. That quick hit from Sammy Leach. The kill attempt from Stephanie Ruffing goes wide right. Pilots down 3. Remy Swolderlin on to serve. See if Remy can't get hot from back there. Big hit. Nice play by Remy. And right into the corner goes Sammy Leach. We got a 2-point game. The
this is one moment the fans can look on the court, and the fans here can look on the court. They'll see Lourdes actually kind of frustrated, maybe a little disappointed in the way they're playing right now. Bethel Pilots definitely stepping up their game. And Lourdes answers just like that.
You talk about frustration. That looked like she took out some frustration on the ball right there. Sends it home to get it back to a 3-point advantage. On the court is Shannon Fisher, freshman out of Toledo. And she goes right into the net. That's the barrel, Kristen Mitchell to serve.
Great spike by Lourdes there.
I gotta tell you, we talked about Mitchie Jimenez in the opener and her Defensive Player of the Week honors. I have been more than impressed with Molly Schnook. She has been getting after it tonight in every phase of the game. Assists, kills, her serves, they've all been great. But hey, let's give some credit where credit's due. The Pilots have come to play in this second set. Started out down 9-1. It is now just 18-15. And they showed it the other night. They showed it here tonight. At the tail end of sets, they get going on a run, and if they can keep it close, maybe they have a shot to win a set. That's been the biggest thing for them, is they get in a hole, and near the end of the set, they go on a run, but it's just too much. Now only a 3-point deficit. That's runnable. You can get back in the game down only 3.
Yeah, definitely Bethel has a lot of optimism right now in their hearts to see how close they are to a team so professionally ranked. They got to feel really good, know that they're playing really good. I think Coach Jones right now is not as much drilling into them, but just critiquing them on the smaller things, because they are playing extremely well right now. They're blocking like they weren't doing in the past games. They're doing an awesome job. And everyone's stepping up all around. Everyone's doing really good in their spot.
I think you hit the nail right on the head for what Coach Ulmer's saying. I'm looking over here at the Grey Wolves huddle, and Coach Greg Reitz has got to be telling his girls, hey, you have the talent, get going. I saw him getting in the face of a lot of his players, because there are times where they have the big hit, like we saw there just before the timeout. I mean, they go up, take some frustration out, but in between those plays, it seems that they've just kind of playing a little lackadaisical. I'm sure that's not what he expects out of his undefeated squad. A nice play there. Jocelyn Bollinger puts it home. Steph Compton could not handle it. 2-point game, and Sammy Leach on to serve. Served it a little longer last time. Pilots definitely expect some consistency here to get them on a run. There she is again, number 15, Molly Schnook.
Bethel definitely leaving her open for that hit right there.
Yeah, gotta get some hands up, gotta get tall, make it a little tough for her.
Yeah, it makes it a little hard on the back row, and the blockers stand on the side. I can understand how quick you can be, but sometimes you gotta be as fast as you can moving around that court. Moving your body in front of the net, in front of the ball.
Now 4-point advantage for the Grey Wolves. Jocelyn Bollinger has it sent right back at her. Combo of Abe Stout and Megan Burr getting up for the block. Peyton Anderson, big hit, blocked back. That one not as powerful, but does the job.
Yeah, I couldn't tell on that one if she was doing that on purpose or if she's seen the hole or not, but got her Bethel a point, so good job, ladies.
She seemed a little off balance, but she made the adjustment midair and managed to get it past the Grey Wolves defense. Aaron Carlos now to serve for the Pilots. And just out. Big hit. Gets this back to a 3-point game. Good play there by Kristen Mitchell. Saw that going wide, pulled her hand back. serve by Aaron Carlos. And it seems one of the best serves the Pilots have had tonight is when the Grey Wolves have put together their best display. Stephanie Richards now. Point to Lourdes. Now 23-19. And right here, right now is where you got to go on a run. Saved by Sammy Leach, getting it back over. And that one will go off of Aaron Carlos and out of bounds. Set point here for Lourdes, up 24-19. Peyton Anderson puts one home. And she will now handle the serving duties. The Pilots have to rattle off at least 4 in a row. Nice block there. Sammy Leach able to get home. Stephanie Ruffin puts it away, 25-20. But again, this time a little bit closer. I'm impressed with the Pilots. I think they did come to play tonight. Lourdes has gone on some pretty big runs. They started that game off 9-1. To get it back to 25-20, they lost the first set 25-17. They don't have any set victories to show for their effort, but I think they have put together a very respectable effort tonight against Lourdes University.
Yeah, I think you and I, and probably even the coaches of both teams, went into this thinking Lourdes would just take over from the beginning and just put balls down, but they aren't really competing against Bethel in a very strong area right now. I'm very impressed from Bethel compared to the way they have been playing in the past couple of weeks. They're stepping up strong. Coach Omer got to be impressed. I know in the locker room right now, he's going to drill into him a little bit, but he's going to praise him. I know he is, just because of the way they're playing right now.
Definitely. Lourdes came in, and we saw during the warm-ups, just hit after hit, they were destroying the ball in warm-ups. They looked like a 21-0 team. There was no surprise when I was told of their record on the season. But Bethel has not played like that. Bethel has not played like they are an underdog. They have not played like Lourdes is a highly ranked national team. They've played like Lourdes has come in and trying to give them a loss, and they're not going to stand by and just let that happen. They are down 2-0 here after 2 sets, but both of those sets were very competitive, and realistically, I think heading into the 3rd set, if Bethel can kind of carry that momentum and just get off to a better start, both sets, they've gotten off to some shaky starts, and I think it's really cost them down the stretch. But again, they've been able to put together good runs at many different times in these sets, and I really think they have a chance to do something if they can just keep it close and just give themselves a chance to be in it at the end of that 3rd set.
Yeah, we keep mentioning, like you said, the Lourdes University. They're 21-0, 17th ranked. That's great. Bethel, they're playing a lot better tonight than they are ranked, and they are in the season right now. I honestly think they should be, with the way they're playing tonight, one of the top 2 teams in our conference currently.
Well, folks, we have a quick update for you here from the Bethel Sports Network studios. Jolene Rashley with an update on Bethel Sports News.
Good evening, I'm Jolene Rashley. The Bethel men's basketball team will begin its season next week, taking on crosstown rival IUSB. The game will be played at Bethel Tuesday night at 7, and the Bethel Sports Network will have live coverage. The game will be the 65th meeting between the 2 schools, a series that the Pilots have dominated over the years. Bethel is 58-6 against the Titans, and the Pilots will be the favorite Tuesday night. Coach Mike Lightfoot's team has been picked to finish 4th this year in the Crossroads League. The women's team opens its season Saturday night, October 24th, at Grand Valley State. The Bethel men's soccer team will finish its regular season Saturday night with the Crossroads League matchup against Marion. The Pilots beat Goshen College 5-1 Wednesday night at Bethel. Senior forward Pedro Amarel kicked in 3 goals for the Pilots, who dominated Goshen from start to finish. The win Wednesday night gives Bethel a 9-6-1 record overall and a 4-3-1 record in the Crossroads League. The game Saturday night is a big one for the Pilots as they try to finish with a winning record in Crossroads League play and top 4 in the conference. The women's team was on the road against Goshen and came away with a 1-1 draw. It's been a tough year for the Pilots, who are 2-13-2 on the season and 0-5-2 in Crossroads League play. They finish up Saturday at Marion. And it looks like the initial season for the Bethel rugby team is over. The team lost the last game against Indiana Wesleyan this Saturday has been canceled. In their initial season, the Pilots have won 4 and lost 1. And that one loss was against NCAA Division I school Notre Dame. And it was close, 15-12. Rugby is a brand new sport at Bethel. The first year of competition would have to be called very successful. That's a quick update on Bethel sports. We send it back now to Goodman Gymnasium for more live coverage of Bethel volleyball.
So we just want to remind you that Bethel Sports Network's next live coverage is of the basketball season opener next Tuesday night. It's going to be at home at the Y Camp Athletic Center. We're going to be facing off against crosstown rival IUSB, and that's a fun rivalry to start the season off with, Josh. You get that crosstown rivalry. It's going to be the 65th meeting between the two schools. Bethel's really dominated the overall series, 58-6 against the Titans, but it does mark the start of the basketball season, and Coach Mike Lightfoot, I think he's got another team that he's excited about, a bit different. I think fans are used to seeing a lot of shooting out of the Pilots, usually one big man, 4 3-point shooters, and I think this year's going to be a little different. I think Coach Mike Lightfoot has talked about that as well. It's going to be a more traditional offense out of the Pilots, not really used to what anybody's seeing, but I really do think this team has potential. I think they have some pieces coming back, of course, Clay Yo, and I think some other guys who've had experience that can't necessarily do the same things that Matt Schaus and Zach Miller did, but can absolutely fill that void and keep the Pilots competitive in what is the toughest conference in the country year in and year out, Crossroads League. So again, folks, that's next Tuesday, IUSB coming into town for the first home game, 7 o'clock. We're going to have it here for you on Bethel Sports Network. And now back to our volleyball action here as we head into the third set. Just some stats for you. We talked about Molly Schnook plenty in that second set. 4 kills, 9 assists. She's just having a fantastic night. Stephanie Richards and Stephanie Ruffing, each with 4 kills in that second set as well. And for the Pilots, Peyton Anderson had 3 kills of her own, but Cassie Sears, 3 kills and 5 assists. I think that's really good. We talked about her in the open a little bit. She had some great plays the other night, and you mentioned it in that second set. We've been calling her name a lot tonight. I think she's really stepped up and given the Pilots a spark that they've needed.
Yeah, overall, I think she might be the MVP so far for the Bethel Pilots, even for overall against the Lourdes team. I think sometimes some of your hitters can be underestimated a little bit, but she stood up that time, and she's playing extremely good.
And absolutely. And if you want to hear a crazy stat, Megan Burr for Lourdes, 14 assists. She is setting her team up perfectly. She's giving them great opportunities, and it's coming to fruition because they are killing it when they go up to hit the ball. And really the Pilots, I think we talked about it right before the second set. They did it a few times. They gave them some great opportunities, but they've got to get up and block the ball. That's got to be the key to the third set.
Yeah, we seen that last week, a problem with Bethel, but I can honestly see that they're fixing that tonight. They're doing a lot better than they did last week. As far as blocking, single blocking is great. Block assist, even better. If we can fight together and do a great job, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, I think just the Pilots heading into this third set, I think they have some momentum going their way. I think they put together good runs to close out both the first and second set. And let's just hope that that can carry over. Let's hope that they can have that to start the third set. They've gotten off to slow starts both times. Let's see if they can get going a little bit quicker and give Lourdes some competition. They've battled, they've fought hard, and really they deserve to come out of here with at least one set because I think they've come in with the right attitude. They didn't come in expecting to just roll over and die tonight. They came in expecting to fight, and they have.
Yeah, Lourdes ranked team once again playing amazing. I couldn't have expected anything else. Bethel stepping it up too. I look forward to a stronger start this time. I really think Bethel's going to come out a lot better. There's several games, Taylor and this game, both starts. We're doing a lot of errors, like I keep saying, by ourselves, messing up, hitting it out, serve errors. I think Coach Drummer is going to tell them that's what they're messing up on because you see later in the game they're not really falling apart in that area. So hopefully they come out. They've learned from their mistake just on that part, and if we fix that, we're gonna win this game, and we're gonna shock everyone, all the fans out here, everyone. We're gonna shock the conference.
Definitely, and that's something I think win or lose this third set. As long as you play the way you have, I think that gives the Pilots a lot of momentum heading into the last stretch of their season. They're going back into conference play. There are teams in this conference that are very good, but this is absolutely the class of teams that they will face this season. And I think if you're standing here and you're saying, wow, we battled them, you can beat anybody in the conference.
Yeah, the freshmen are having a great experience. First one, it was a little difficult, but they're stepping it up right now, and they got to be impressed with the way they're playing.
Certainly. So if you're just joining us, Pilots down 2-0 as we get ready to start the third set here. They lost the first set 25-17, lost the second set 25-20. They have been in both of them. They've been very competitive. Lourdes is going to start with the serve, and really, when they have had Molly Schnook serving, that is when Lourdes has been at their best. She has been very accurate tonight. She has killed the Pilots with her serves, and we hope that I think that's the one adjustment I want to see. When she's serving, can we get to the spot? Can we get moving our offense our way instead of letting them dictate how we do things? And here we go, on to serve number 11, Steph Comte. A big hit from Veronica Dombrowski.
Definitely the first time we've seen her step up this entire game and do something that powerful. Love seeing that when the girls can step up and do something great after that second set.
Well, that's the kind of start we wanted to see, getting the first point and get the serve to Aaron Carlos. And that hit goes long. 2-0 start for the Pilots. And that time they get the hit home. Number 22, Ave Stout. Nice dig by Aaron Carlos. Ave Stout back-to-back kills to tie this one up at 2. Mistake there by the Pilots gives Lourdes their first lead of the set and 3 points in a row. A monstrous hit from Stephanie Richards. She's had a few of those tonight. Cassie Sears, Lourdes got tall for that one, but it went straight down and there was no one there to pick it back up. They say Ave Stout was over the net. Ties this thing back up for the Pilots. She was not over the net that time as she puts it home to put Lourdes back on top.
Yeah, that was one of those moments when we seen, I believe that was Sammy Leach, flat-footed on the ground just to make sure she's moving her feet over to that spot. Great job, though. Great try.
Cassandra Williams, that one snuck up on her, but she was able to readjust and get it over.
Yeah, that volley right there was really smooth for the Pilots.
Sammy Leach, that second hit gets it over, gets the Pilots a point there. Cassandra Williams, there she is again. This is the kind of start we wanted to see from the Pilots. Sammy Leach, great play.
Bethel Pilots definitely look very fired up right now. Keep this momentum going. We're going to win this one.
That's 3 or 4 just great plays in a row out of the Pilots. Blocked there. Katie Easter saves it, and nobody was home.
Communication the key right there. It's great that we're up to a good lead, so when stuff like that happens, we don't have to worry. We're pretty confident with what we're doing.
Cassie Sears, great hit. And Stephanie Ruffing puts one in the net. Jocelyn Bollinger ran into the combination of Megan Burr and Steph Compte. And that brings it back to a 1-point advantage for the Pilots. And that one goes long.
Seems like lately a lot of the serves are being aced because of the back row. Maybe they're playing too far up, not seeing where the line's actually at. Very hard to judge sometimes.
Nice block. Peyton Anderson getting tall. 3-point Pilots lead. Got that one through, but Kristen Mitchell was there. Nice play, Remy. Molly Schnook hits it wide. That was a great volley.
Yeah, that's when you look at Lourdes and you look at Bethel and you wonder who might be ranked 17th because both teams right there just rocked it.
Tipped over, Kristen Mitchell able to get home. Sammy Leach sneaks it back. It hits the antenna, point to Lourdes. 12-9 now. Pilots still lead. Third set down 2-0. Couple of tough hits there, and the Pilots just couldn't get it back over. Nice dig by Kristen Mitchell. Debbie Swoverlin with a great play. Another one. And Sammy Leach gets it over. Great play. Everybody chipping in on that one, and Sammy Leach finally put it home.
Yeah, the fans are definitely ecstatic here tonight. I'm pretty sure at home too.
That was a fantastic volley by both sides, and the Pilots just wanted that point more. Remy Swoverlin again, she is stepped up in this third set. That time they just couldn't get it. There's only so many times that Molly Schnook's going to hit it and the Pilots are going to get it back over. (13-11) our score here in the third set. Steph Comte serving now for the Grey Wolves. Cassie Sears and Aaron Carlos on to serve now. Big hit redirected to Veronica Dombrowski. Tough play there. Stephanie Richards just powering it home. Tough play. And Kevin Ulmer wants a timeout. All tied up at 14 here in the third set. Pilots down 2-0. And Josh, what have you seen in this third set that has led to this much better start?
I've seen a lot of perfection, Ethan. That's one thing that Bethel has done tonight. They perfected in each area that they've had deficits in. They're doing a great job at every outcome. What do you think?
Well, right now I'm seeing Coach Kevin Ulmer just kind of coach him up right now, and I think what he's got to be saying is, hey, you guys are in this. It's tied, for the first time tonight. You're not trying to claw your way back into something. You're not down double digits. You're right in the middle of this game. When you come out of the timeout, you got to get the serve away from Molly Schnook. get it back in your hands and keep doing what you've been doing, because some of the best momentum plays in this third set have all gone to the Pilots. Those long volleys, those points that you just feel like you have to win when it goes for that long. The Pilots have gotten 2 of those. You want to be getting those. You want to get back out. You want to get Sammy Leach moving, give her something easy that she can set up to the rest of the players. And I really think the Pilots have every opportunity to win this set. So here it is as we come out of the timeout. Tied at 14. Pilots trailing 2-0. And Molly Snook for Lourdes University to serve. And it went the same as the point before the timeout. Erin Carlos just not able to get it up.
Ethan, that's one of those times where you want to make sure you bump it with your arm instead of trying to set it. She's very tiny, so it can be confusing at times.
That was a great play there. Tough job. That ball just kind of fell in Peyton Anderson's lap. Now a 2-point advantage for Lourdes. Again, a tough job. And Megan Burr stealing one out of Sammy Leach's playbook. That quick second hit. And the Grey Wolves have their biggest lead of the set. Stephanie Richards reached over. Didn't give Sammy Leach a fair chance at that one. Wide left is Stephanie Richards' hit. Get this back to a 1-point game. Peyton Anderson still serving. And Stephanie Richards long again. Back-to-back miscues. And 3 straight misses from the Grey Wolves has the Pilots right back on top, 18-17. Coming down to the end of it here of the third set. And that time the Pilots just couldn't get a block. Ave Stout was all kinds of unbalanced when she hit that ball. And unluckily so, the Pilots just couldn't get it back over. Nice set, Sammy Leach, and Cassie Sears bombs it to the back of the court. 19-18. Track it down. Kristen Mitchell back over. And not a whole lot Sammy Leach could do on that one. He came up and hit her in the legs before she ever had a shot at it. Tied at 19. Mitchie Jimenez on to serve. Nice block. Big hit, good dig. Cassie Sears just couldn't keep it in. 1-point advantage for the Grey Wolves. we have a yellow card handed out to the Gray Wolves head coach. There's some chirping, and the ref is just not going to take any more of that. Cassandra Williams off of Lourdes, out of bounds, ties it up. Into the game, Jocelyn Bollinger, and on to serve Remy Swoverman.
I think this game has gone from more of a talent assessment to see how good you are to an actual win. I think Coach Ulmer wants his girls to win.
Well, the great thing, we just saw Coach Ulmer, as soon as Cassie Sears walked off the court, grabbed her and said, hey, good job, you're doing what we need you to do. And she stepped up tonight, and obviously Coach Ulmer can see that.
I think the fans can see that just as well too, Ethan.
1 point advantage here for Lourdes, 21-20, third set. Pilots need a victory to keep the night alive. Cassie Sears found an opening. Sammy Leach, rather. I was so used to saying Cassie Sears' name.
Well, both are very talented tonight, as you can see.
Tough play there. Katie Easter stuck her hand out. Probably would have gone out of bounds, but Pilots just got to get right back at it. And Coach Kevin Ulmer is going to call a timeout and talk to the girls about this one.
Yeah, this will be the last chance he gets to talk to his girls before it ends or goes into another set. So here's his chance to make sure they're staying strong and they finish really good.
Absolutely, and you know, not that I necessarily believe in moral victories, but I think this is, as we've said plenty of times, a momentum-building night. You can really feel that they've played well tonight, and what better way to show that than to pull out this victory? You're only down one. Lourdes does have the serve, but if you get that back right now, have it tied while you're serving, the Pilots absolutely have a chance to win this thing.
Yeah, as we said last week, dominance with the serve means a lot. If you can hit it to a good spot on the court, you can automatically get the point.
I think clearly right now, composure-wise, you got to give that victory to the Pilots. It seems that, especially in this third set, Lourdes has just seemed frustrated. It's gotten them to not talk to each other. A lot of their points have come out of frustration when they've been able to just keep it in. But as we saw, 3 straight miscues, and you could tell that was out of frustration. They were losing the mental side of the game. We see the head coach get yellow carded, chirping at the officials a little bit, didn't like some calls that weren't going his team's way. And I think the Pilots have been able to keep that out. They've been able to block out the noise, whatever that may be, and they've been in each of the first 2 sets. Now they're absolutely in a winning position in this set. As we said, only down one, 22-21, Lourdes leads. Number 24, Stephanie Ruffing, to serve it. Tough play for Sammy Leach, but she makes it. Sneaks it down, and that is her bread and butter right there.
Well, you called it, Ethan. That point you knew it was going to come to us. We got that serve. Like I said, hopefully we can dominate from here.
And it is Sammy Leach to serve it. Can she close this game out? Oh, sneaks it a little wide. You're coming right down to it here, 23-22. You got to have that next play mentality. Everybody forget about that. Get it back.
Yeah, right now, drop the scoreboard and just play like you play.
The set to Peyton Anderson. She just gets it over. That's going to be wide. Ties it back at 23. Aaron Carlos and Cassie Sears checking in. Aaron Carlos to serve.
Good move by Coach Ulmer, putting Cassie Sears back in. Hopefully she can keep doing what she's doing.
Carlos, nice serve. Big hit, great save. Veronica Dabrowski off the defense, out of bounds, set point for the Pilots.
Fans are definitely here to show up for a game like this.
24-23, Aaron Carlos for the set. And that's long, and the Pirates have won.
And we are at a great game right now, Ethan. I think we all came in here wondering what was going to happen with this thing, whether we were going to get dominated or almost get close to a win. But we have showed ourselves we are definitely fighters in this match tonight.
17th ranked, undefeated Lourdes. The Pilots were so close each of the first 2 sets, had some runs, just couldn't get it back. And that time, they had a great start. It was close the entire way through, tied or within 2 to 3 points most of the time, and the Pilots were able to get back in it. And I think the great thing about that, tied at 22, Sammy Leach serves goes wide. You could right there kind of pack it up, say, all right, well, we fought, we can go out of here with our heads held high. They got the next point and then the next 2 while they were serving to win it. And I think that's just great composure by the Pilots.
Yeah, one thing in volleyball that everyone can learn and all the players know for sure is you have to have a right mindset no matter what the score is. It could be 24 to 10. You have the right mindset, you can always come back and win. I think Lourdes is struggling with that tonight. You see their frustration taking over, setting letting their talent play out. I think their coach is going to pep talk them right now to go back in and play as talented as they are. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully Bethel can stick it out and keep playing like they're doing.
Well, definitely. I mean, the Pilots' mentality, they're playing with house money. It's not a conference match. They are the underdogs. They're facing an undefeated team. You can go out there and just play loose, play free. They're coming off of a set victory. You know, anything can happen in a 5th set. Anything can happen if you get it that far. So just come out, just keep having fun. For Lourdes, you would expect an undefeated and highly ranked team to be able to bounce back. Do they have that? I mentioned it. I think they kind of lost some composure in that 3rd set. They were starting to lose the mental side of the game. Do they have that composure that great teams have? Are they able to come back in this 4th set and just get out of here with a victory? Or do the Pilots come out? They clearly have the momentum. They've got the crowd behind them. Can they come out and do it? And what do you think they're going to have to do? What's that one thing that they had finally in that 3rd set that they need to keep?
Like we keep repeating ourselves, they have a fighting chance. I think they came in just laughs and giggles almost. They knew they were playing for volleyball, but right now they're playing for more than that. They understand that they beat this team. They get only not seen as a competitor in the conference, but a competitor all around in the nation.
Definitely, and I think just watching the 2 huddles, you look down at the Pilots, Coach Ulmer, not yelling, not getting too intense, just kind of saying like, hey, look, we did it. We beat them once. Let's go do it again. And you look over on the Lourdes sideline, you have some game planning going on by the coaches and really no conversation happening between coach and player. Got some stats for you here from that 3rd set for the Pilots. Sammy Leach, 4 kills to lead the way. Cassandra Williams with 3, Cassie Sears and Veronica Dabrowski each with 2. Sammy Leach also popping in with 6 assists to lead the way. And really, I just think as she goes, they go. I said it earlier, when she's on fire, they're on fire. And let's also give a shout out to Remy Swivel and 7 bigs. Really, the defense stepped up in that 3rd set. It was not as easy-going points for Lourdes as it had been. They'd kind of been getting what they wanted. They really didn't in that 3rd set.
Yeah, we said from the very beginning, if the offense and defense for the Bethel Pilots stood up tonight, they would come out with a victory. And right there, we've seen it. Everyone's seen it. They did. Both sides stepped up. We played a great game. Hopefully we can do the same thing here and win another one.
Here we go as the 4th set gets underway. It will be the Pilots to serve. It will be Peyton Anderson. Here we go, 4th set. Pilots trail 2-1. Wow, that was a very athletic play from Abe Stout. She timed her jump not well, but just kind of paused in air almost and got up and was just able to get it down in the middle of the Pilot defense. Tried to punch it over, and that point will go to the Pilots. Well, right off the bat, the first 2 points, some mistimed jumps out of Lourdes. Neither of those looked very clean. And point to the Pilots again. history now, serving for Bethel. Big hit to tie it back up at 2. It'll be number 19, Stephanie Richards. Aaron Carlos just couldn't get to it off the tip.
A lot of confusion on the court for the Bethel Pilots. I've seen a lot of them running into each other on that one. Hopefully they can communicate really good. Let's keep that from happening again.
Quick set, set back. Good effort there. Got a good volley going. Tough play. Kristen Mitchell laid out and got it, and Sammy Leach just couldn't get there. 4-2 advantage for the Grey Wolves. And the serve goes long for Stephanie Richards. Into the game will be Remy Swoberlin and Jocelyn Bowlinger. Swoberlin will handle the serving duties. Just like that, the serve will go back to Lourdes. Short serve that Remy Swoberlin just couldn't get to.
It's one of those hard ones when you know your DS needs to come forward to get that ball. So close to the net, hard decision to make. Good try, Bethel.
And another one. Swoberlin got to that one, but it went right into the net. Not a whole lot the Pilots could do after that. Richie Jimenez starting to get on a little roll. It's now 7-3 in favor of the Grey Wolves. Another short one that time. Swoberlin got them. And Jocelyn Bowlinger makes it worth their while. Nice block. Bowlinger and Anderson, the freshman duo, getting tall, getting the Pilots a point. Sammy Leach just couldn't keep it in. 8-5 in favor of Lourdes. Fourth set, Pilots trailing 2-1. Jocelyn Bowlinger having a great night. Keeps it going there. Right now the Pilots doing what they have to do, keeping it close, keeping it in that 2 to 3 point range, much like they did in that third set victory. Very nice play there from Molly Smith, just sneaking it over the top of those blockers, realizing that there was nobody behind him. 10-6 now. Nice play there by Jocelyn Bollinger yet again.
Seems like this game has turned into not as much as a power hitting thing this fourth set, but almost like smartness, just tipping it over the opponent.
It seems both teams have come out in this fourth set just kind of waiting for the other team to make a mistake almost. Off of Cassie Sears and Peyton Anderson. Very back and forth game right now, a 4-point advantage for Lourdes. Nice save by Kristen Mitchell. Cassie Sears gets a second chance and puts that one home. Stephanie Richards split the blockers and sent it down. The Pilots and the Grey Wolves just keep trading points. And Ave Stout, a monstrous hit. Starting to, the point to the Pilots rather. Gets it back to a 4-point game. Katie Easter on to serve. Right back come the Grey Wolves. And at 15-9, Coach Kevin Ulmer wants a timeout. And Josh seems to be very back and forth, but Lourdes will just be the ones to get 2 in a row before it goes back to that. And they've ballooned this lead now to 6, but the way this one's kind of gone early on, it feels like a bit bigger of a lead than that. What do the Pilots got to do out of this timeout to get it back?
Well, their front row is playing really strong. They're doing exactly what they did the third set, playing really good, making sure the balls are getting blocked, making sure things are getting hit down to the ground. Defensively, however, I see a little bit of a lack of speed. They seem a little more tired than the front row is, which can hopefully be turned around right here, and they'll go out there and they'll start saving those balls that go flying around.
Definitely, it seems like Lourdes, those last few points, is starting to get their power back. Certainly not what the Pilots want. You got to get up, you got to make it tougher for them to do the things they like to do, and absolutely what we have found out their favorite thing to do tonight is get up and smash the ball down on the defenders. So you got to get in position, you got to get tall, get some blocks, at least get some tips. That was the big thing in that third set. The Pilots may not necessarily block a lot back, but they were able to get tips and slow it down for their back row players. And so if they can do that, they've shown they can absolutely go on a run, which is what they need right now. Down 15-9, fourth set. Have to get a victory to force a fifth set. It will be Stephanie Richards to serve.
Coach Ulmer telling Katie Easter to stand back a little further.
is called out, no tip. Point to the Pilots. It'll be Remy Swoverland and Jocelyn Bollinger back in the game. Tip, Katie Easter keeps it up. Cassandra Williams, oh, what a play. Lourdes able to keep it alive, as does Bethel. Sammy Leach powers it home. You will not see her do that too often.
No, for her being a setter, that's very rare, Ethan, but when something like that needs to happen, it happens for her, and she's great at that.
She loaded up and put that one away, 16-11. Nice job there by Easter, and the point is Bethel. Lourdes, rather. Now lead it 17-11. Called Sammy Leach that time. She does that a lot. That quick second hit, dropping it over, and that time she got called for it. They say Lourdes got the block out of bounds to make this an 18-12 game, and the Pilots got to get going right now. No longer afford to just trade point for point. It's going to be a timeout for Coach Almer. His final timeout. His girls trailing 19-12, and Josh, it really just feels like Lourdes is starting to impose their will. Pilots are going to have one last gasp here, down 7. Really can't afford to give up much more before you go on a run. And what do you think it's going to take?
We seen last week with Taylor, same results that happened. The other team got it really high. We were kind of struggling, go back and forth. What we need to make sure we do is not let anything like last week happen. We need to make sure we're focusing strong on getting the next point, not worrying how far the score is, just the next point and the next point. If we play like that, I think we're going to go and we're going to win.
You're seeing, at least I'm seeing up here, maybe the fans at home can see this too, whenever Lourdes goes up for one of those big hits, our blockers aren't really converging, and they're just giving them that open right in the middle, and Lourdes is hitting that middle every single time and sinking it through. We're not really getting a hand on much of it, and when we do, it's maybe a finger or two, and the ball just kind of trickles out of bounds. Doesn't really give our back row a chance to make a play on it. So hopefully we can get up and get some more forceful blocks here and put some kind of run together. We've proven we can beat them. Now we got to prove that we can come back on them. Cassie Sears able to sneak it through. Sammy Leach on to serve now. Pilots trail 13-19. Big hit. Sammy Leach able to keep it off the ground. The Pilots just couldn't get it over.
Heavy miscommunication there. You've seen Sammy Leach and Roman Swoverland come running right into each other. That's when you got to yell, you got it.
say that Peyton Anderson was in the net. Puts this to 21-13. Short Remy Swarmerlin able to get there.
Great dig. And a great hit right
Stephanie
back down.
Richards makes it not matter as she powers it home. They say that was blocked out of bounds by Lourdes. Gets it to an 8-point game, 4th set. Pilots need a victory to stay alive here tonight. Erin Carlos on to serve and see what kind of run she can put together. Blocked down. Monica Dabrowski on the kill. 22-15. Stephanie Richards loaded up and put a little too much into that one out the backside of the court. Nice dig there by Erin Carlos. Sammy Leach has gotten called that against her a lot tonight. Final stretch here, 23-16. Lourdes 2 points away from leaving Bethel 22-0. Cassie Sears is not going to let that happen easily. Blocked up. Set by and Cassie Sears sent that one way out. And the last gasp for the Pilots. Need to rattle off 7 in a row to get it back to 24. And that's a start. Cassandra Williams putting it home. And Katie Easter will come on to try to serve the Pilots back into this thing. Lockdown! Cassandra Williams and Sammy Leach getting tall. They've got it to a 5-point game. Stephanie Richards. Good dig by Erin Carlos. And tipped down.
Smart move by Cassie Sears once again.
Give the Pilots credit. They are not going without a fight. 20-24. Good serve. Tipped. Kept up. Kept up again. Gotta get it over. Aced out. Puts it away, and that will do it. 25-20, your final in the 4th set gives Lourdes a 3-1 victory. But Josh, I think we said it all night, and you and I and the fans have to agree. What an effort out of the Pilots. The way they looked the other night, very disconjointed, not a lot of communication. They came out tonight and gave the undefeated 17th ranked team in the country just about all they could handle in every set.
Ethan, I think the girls are going to go back to the locker room tonight very accomplished. They haven't been playing very good lately. Lost a lot of games. Had good season. Not so far so good, but tonight I think was a huge turnaround for them.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of momentum to head in to the stretch of their season and hopefully some good play in the conference tournament. We want to remind everybody at home, our next broadcast on the Bethel Sports Network is next Tuesday, October 27th, 7 o'clock, as Bethel gets the basketball season for the guys tipped off against crosstown rival IUSB. Again, your final tonight, Lourdes wins 3-1 in 4 sets. For Josh Rodak, I'm Ethan Klein signing off.